So how does a cat fight a lion or a lizard fight a crocodile? That was exactly the problem that Queen Amanirenas of Kush faced with respect to Rome. This African queen is probably one of the fiercest women you'll ever hear about. Her name is Amanirenas, and she was the queen of Kush from the years 40 BC to 10 BC. Now, Queen Amanirenas, or the Kandake, which is Candace in English, as the Kushites called their queen, was not your everyday queen. She was a warrior queen who lost one eye in battle. And another thing that she lost to a battle was her husband. Now, because he was king when he died, she was crowned queen. And guess what? She was only 20 years old when she became queen. But losing her eye, losing her husband, and even being crowned queen at a young age were not her problems. Her problem started when just 10 years in her reign, 30 BC precisely, when Rome invaded Egypt and conquered Egypt. And Cleopatra, the popular Cleopatra, the queen of Egypt, committed suicide rather than be captured by Rome and be made a prisoner. Now, Egypt was Cush's neighbor, and the Amanirenas knew that her kingdom would be next. So the question for her became, how could she stop the Romans from invading and conquering her kingdom? So when the Romans made Egypt one of their colonies and settled there and imposed taxes on her, she began to take this question much more seriously because she knew that her paying taxes to Rome was just a matter of time before they would want to come and take everything for themselves. So after thinking long and hard, she came to the conclusion that the best form of defense was attack. She would show strength by launching a surprise attack first. So in the year 24 BC, she assembled 20,000 Nubian soldiers, and with reinforcements from Central Africa, she launched an attack on southern Egypt. So the surprise attack worked because she captured three cities which she pillaged for spoils of war, took home the captured Roman soldiers back to her kingdom as slaves, and then cut off the bronze head of Caesar Augustus, which she also took to her kingdom, and then buried it underneath her temple so that her people could walk on top of the head as they came and left the temple as an insult to Caesar. However, her victory was short lived because Rome counterattacked, and Rome not only recaptured all the cities that she took, but they pushed her further south from her own kingdom and captured some cities in northern Kush, including Dakar, where she lost her precious son in battle. She quickly buried her son, knowing that she had no time to grieve because she knew that her capital, Meroe, would be next on the Romans' list of things to do. So she quickly regrouped and attacked Rome in an attempt to recover the lands they had taken from her and push them back to Egypt. But she failed. However, she succeeded in taking Dakar in honor of her son, who was buried there. And for the next 5 years, it was just attacks and counterattacks between the two countries. Rome would attack Kush, Kush would push them back. Rome would attack, Kush would push them back. And Amanirenas knew that this would go on until Rome conquered her capital, Meroe. So she strategically planned a maneuver when the Romans were finally advancing to take Meroe. And as the Romans, now sure of victory in their final onslaught, attacked, they suddenly found themselves trapped as Amanirenas had tactically tricked them into a maneuver that found them in a position where they could neither advance further nor even retreat. They were cornered into an impasse, and that was exactly what Amanirenas wanted. She wanted a stalemate, and that was what she got. At that moment, she knew she couldn't defeat Rome. She knew that if she proceeded to attack, but she seized the moment and thought of how she could exploit this particular stalemate situation. She saw this situation as an opportunity to negotiate a peace treaty. She could not win, but the Romans could not advance. She sued for peace, but in order not to appear weak, she sent her emissaries, her envoys, to Caesar in Rome with a bundle of arrows and a message which read, This gift is from the Kandake. If you want peace, this is a token of our warmth and friendship. But if you want war, keep the arrows because you're going to need them. Surprisingly, Rome agreed to her terms and they gave her back all the lands that they had taken from her. And Amanirenas got all that she had wanted from the beginning: sovereignty and freedom for her people. And she will get this for the remainder of her reign. And for the next 300 years, Kush was at peace. That's it.